Cask Strength Arran Quarter Cask. What's this like? Well, you'd better stay tuned for the Whisky Whistle. What up, my whiskey people? Thanks for joining in. So glad to have you here. I'm Mark, the host of Whisky Whistle, where I've been bringing solid whiskey and spirits reviews and content for the last 10 years. So what have I got here? I've got Arran. This is their quarter cask. It's been a little while since my last Arran whiskey review. I think the 18-year-old was the last review, which is just such a strong memory of how amazing that whiskey is. But let's get this opened and poured. So the quarter cask whiskey from Arran, this has been matured for 7+ years in bourbon barrels and then finished for a period of time in smaller 125-liter American oak quarter casks. That's about half the size, a little bit more than half the size of your typical American oak barrels. So that's a big indicator of what's coming here. We've got your typical bourbony flavors mixed in with the Arran's grassy, slightly maritimey, their new make, their whiskey. And these two are going to be colliding. Have you got this bottle? You better get yours poured and follow along. I want your tasting notes in the comments, so please leave them there. I guess we better check out the color first of all. Light, lemony, maybe that is lemon curd, lemon pie filling from a lemon meringue pie, something like that. I no longer check out the legs on my whiskeys because the water here is soft. I don't get any leg action whatsoever. It just sort of slides on down. So we'll get into the nose, then we'll check out the palate, the taste, followed by the aftertaste. Then we'll add a little bit of water because it is, as I said, 56.2%. And then we'll do the same thing, check out the smells, the tastes, the aftertaste, and then give it a Whisky Whistle Whisky Score. So watch until then. I think you're going to want to hear what these notes are like to help you make a purchase decision. But if you are in a hurry, or if you just don't want to wait, then just skip on ahead to that timestamp for the Whisky Whistle Whisky Score. Okay, so the nose. Oh my goodness. Isn't that interesting? I want to let that sit for a minute, but it's very desserty. The previous review, by the way, was another bourbon cask matured whiskey called Wolfburn, Langskip. So you'll want to check that out. That's right in the previous review. Boy. Sweet candied lemon peel. Salty toffee. Milk candy. Oh, this is just a beautiful, delicious smelling nose. This is definitely, for me personally, something that I could smell for literally hours. Candied, beautiful, salty, slightly lemony, tart candy apple nose here going on. Saltwater taffy. Beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. Well, let's check out that palate together. Cheers. Done. So delicious and sweet and intense. Let me come back into that in a minute. By the way, I paid, I think, about, was it $80? 85, 89, something like that here in Korea. It was on sale. Fantastic price for what I'm getting here. Slightly sea salt flavored creme brulee with that slight sweet milky flavor in it as well. The finish is sweet, a little bit astringent, very, very vanilla pod-like. A touch of lemon sweetness as well, lemon candy. In terms of my particular tastes, this is absolutely just right up my alley. Sweet, lovely, delicious finish. The finish is actually quite long for something that is no age stated. We're going to add some water. Do I want one more taste first? I think I do. I think I do. That salty, taffy-like flavor. A touch of greeny notes in my mouth right now. In the in the finish. So wonderful. You know, I am just so thrilled with Arran Distillery. A lot of people were up in arms about this new shape, but I think it's doing well for them. It looks like a chemist bottle, kind of like, what is that called? It came and then it went. It's gone. But there's a particular scientific bottle that's often used, and this is very much like that, or like an apothecary little vial, beautifully shaped, and the lip as well. This pours just so very, very well. And I'm just noticing that they've put actually the bottling code details right at the neck as well. Oh yeah, so that's where it is. So they really wanted a nice, clean looking, beautiful bottle. And then right here at the top, they've got the listing of the numbers that tell you which bottling code it is. This says 240510. So it looks like that's May 10th of this year. And then it says 0135G22. If that means something to you, great. So I added some water. More buttery toffee. That salty, slightly toffee-like, slightly umami flavor that you get in milk and milk products and cheese and so on. That's it. Werther's, salty Werther's original. Salty, the light colored toffees. Some milk chocolate aromas and flavors. Beautiful. This is absolutely so good. This is absolutely going to be the top shelf, the front shelf Whisky Whistle everyday bottling when I want something that is bourbon / virgin oak matured. Beautiful malt. Just lovely, lovely, lovely malt that they've used. Well fermented. Carefully distilled. My next taste with water. When you aerate it, you get a little bit of a nice grassy summer farm hay-like note there, which adds to the event for sure. Milk chocolatey notes on the nose, slightly salty, slightly sweet, slightly milky, slightly cocoa-esque. The mouthfeel is a little bit astringent, a little bit of a Popeyes candy cigarette kind of a feeling on my tongue. And I want to compare that with the previous Langskip. That's not Langskip. That's peated Teeling. Here it is. Pretty nearly unpeated Sauvignon Blanc and that Vino Verde type of a smell with the Langskip from Wolfburn and slightly salty toffee dessert creme brulee type of aromas with the Arran. So lovely. And if the lack of age statement is preventing you from buying this bottle, then you need to readjust your thinking, because the price is right. The strength is amazing. It's unchill filtered. It's natural in color. What are you waiting for? You got to get this. Absolutely. Absolutely. A slight, light little candy minty aroma. Those spearmint leaves jellies coated with the confectioner's sugar on top. I am absolutely going nuts over this bottling. And that's 2 for 2 in the last very, very short period of time. And if I go back in time, Arran 10-year-old Whiskey of the Year, the last time I did that, I do believe. I think I should revive that. I've taken a bit of a time off from doing the Whiskey of the Year with all that's been going on. Let me get back into this. And it's time for the Whisky Whistle Whisky Score. So for Arran Quarter Cask, Cask Strength, I keep saying strength, Cask Strength, they're 56.2%. Quarter Cask finished bottling. What is that going to be, folks? it's going to be 90 out of 100. You heard it, 90 out of 100 is the Whisky Whistle Whisky Score for Arran Quarter Cask, Cask Strength, Cask Strength, there we go, Cask Strength, Bourbon Matured, Quarter Cask Finished Whiskey from the Isle of Arran. Beautiful stuff. Oh, jump right into that Whisky Whistle Whisky Kiss and give it a nice hug. Very, very lovely. Well done. They're on a roll. If you don't have Arran on your shelf for your everyday whiskey loving, as well as your weekend high-end whiskey, what can I call that? Your special tastings, you got to get into the Arran. Just beautiful. Anyway, share your comments, share your thoughts in the comments. Then don't forget to check me out and subscribe to the channel right over here. Hit the bell, ding, 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 ding. That way my whiskey reviews are going to be queued up in your whiskey feed, your YouTube feed. And check me out on Patreon, patreon.com/whiskey whistle. And I'll see you for the next one. What is that going to be? I think we're going to check out some Glenallachie, like the 10-year-old Cask Strength. And we'll check out something more for peat season that's very inexpensive and yet quite good. That's Sir Edward's Smoky, of all things. I got it for like $12 and I can't not review it. So that's what's coming, a rather mishmash of bottlings. We'll also have Glenmorangie and their Malaga Cask Finish, which I should have done a long time ago. But anyway, it's coming, and that's a gift from the Whisky Whistle crew member named Joe. Okay. And another Glenallachie, which is this very interesting Gratamaco wine cask finish at 48%. And lastly, the Smooth and Subtle Reserva Andalucia, there we go. Reserva Andalucia from Glencadam. It's been a while. It's been quite a while since I've had a Glencadam on the channel. Okay, so that's what's coming. I think I keep covering my face with these bottles, but that's okay. All right, so stay tuned for those, and we'll see you for those when they come on up. Take care, folks. Have a great day for yourself, and we'll see you for the next one. Bye-bye now.